What's up, Ragin Nation? My name is Alex and you're watching the Ragin Nation show. This is just a web series where I talk about all things that matter to me in the world of movies, and the very first thing I want to talk about is Robocop, specifically the Robocop remake. And when I first heard about Robocop being remade, I was really opposed to it, just because Robocop's a classic. You don't need to touch upon the movie. The story is great, the characters are great, and it is a classic. Just watch the original. But the more I talked about it, the more I felt that, okay, it's kind of growing on me. The director kind of has some really cool ideas, and it feels like it's going to be a really character-driven piece. They'd already casted Joel Kinnaman, who's going to play the lead role of Alex Murphy, and now they've also casted Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman is a really solid actor. He's terrific in any role that he plays. He's a very versatile actor, and I'm really happy about this just because he's being casted as a character named Norton, who is the scientist who creates Robocop, but he's kind of conflicted because he's on the fence of how he feels about how Robocop is being used for humanity versus how Robocop is going to be used for the corporation, that would be Omni Consumer Products, if they're going to stay in line with the original story. So you can tell this is a very character-driven piece just because they have another great character. So this is looking pretty solid, and I'm looking forward to this. It comes out on August 9, 2013, so stay tuned for that. Right now, I'm not sure if it's going to be PG-13 or rated R. Joel Kinnaman expressed his concern for an R-rated Robocop movie just because the original was rated R, and the original was also had a certain level of violence, and I think it's really important that the movie shows that just brutality and that violence, that excessive and aggressive violence, because we're talking about some bad guys that deserve some serious punishing. We need to see why Robocop needs to unleash hell on these bad guys. So I'm hoping it's going to be rated R, and personally I think that the studios are waiting for how Prometheus does box office wise, because originally Prometheus didn't have a rating. They didn't know if it's going to be PG-13 or rated R, but Ridley Scott commented on that and said that it's going to be rated whatever is appropriate for the movie, and finally decided to make it rated R. But I think the studios that are financing Robocop are waiting to see how that does before they put an official rating on it. But anyways, moving on to other franchises. Will Smith was out promoting Men in Black 3. The interviewer talked about whether he was going to do other sequels, such as Hancock 2, Independence Day 2, Bad Boys 3, and I Am Legend 2. First of all, he said that Independence Day 2 and I Am Legend 2 are not happening. Independence 2, me personally, I feel that, okay, don't need to do it, okay? I Am Legend 2, he died, okay? You know, it's been 4 years, okay? I don't care if I'm spoiling it for some people, but he died. He died, okay? There was an alternate ending on a DVD where he lived, but the fact is that he didn't make it through. He exploded. It's been 4 years, okay? Watch the freaking movie. That's done. I Am Legend 2, Independence 2, not happening. Hancock 2 and Bad Boys 3, on the other hand, that could happen. In fact, Bad Boys 3 could be his next movie after Earth. After Earth is the movie that he's filming right now with M. Night Shyamalan, which I feel is just ludicrous. I don't think M. Night Shyamalan deserves to work with Will Smith. Will Smith is a great person, human being, and actor, but M. Night Shyamalan is a crappy director. He made 3 great movies, but the next 4 were... I didn't even bother to see the last one, but I didn't watch The Village. The Happening was garbage. Lady in Water was garbage, but the first 3 were great, but I think he got a little bit self-indulgent, a little bit overconfident, and then he just screwed things up for himself. But anyways, I mean, on the topic of Will Smith, and this is a little bit off topic from movies, but while he was in Ukraine promoting Men in Black 3, a reporter actually went up to him and kissed him on cheek, and tried to kiss him on the mouth. Will Smith gave him a backhand to the face after shoving him, and a lot of people are crying, oh my god, Will Smith's homophobic. Let me comment on that. Let me tell you guys to calm down. Just because if that had happened to you, you would have done the same thing. You know, that might be the reporter shtick, which apparently it was, but I don't care if you are a Miss Universe, a transgendered Miss Universe, and you got all the goods, and you plant a wet one right on me. I don't care if you are that. I don't know where your lips were last night. Okay, I don't know what you got. Okay, I don't want anything from you, so back off and get out of my face. It doesn't matter who you are. The fact is that this was not a homophobic reaction. This is the natural reaction of a man who has to endure a lot of people in the public, and he's born and raised in West Philadelphia, and I heard it's a rough neighborhood. That's the reaction of growing up in a place like that, and you just don't do that, okay? You don't do that. So for the people crying out homophobic or homophobia, you just calm the hell down, all right? Moving on to other news in the movies. Battleship is at $230 million worldwide. That's 200 plus from international market and 30 from domestic market, that'd be North America. Universal was the studio that financed this project, and now I think now that they're done with board games, they're kind of looking to other toy properties, just because Hasbro's big toy property is Transformers and G.I. Joe, which they're continuing with. But Universal felt that Battleship was a little bit disappointing. It definitely underperformed, so they're moving on to the next toy property, and that would be Lego. So we're done with action figures, we're done with board games. Now we're moving on to building blocks. Not only just Lego, but Lego Hero Factory robots. I had never even heard of the subgenre of Lego that would be the Hero Factory robots, but it seems like they wanted to take the successful formula of Hasbro and take a more transformery type of robots route. So that's what they're doing, and that's what's happening, and a script is currently being written. The next little bit of news for you is a little bit distressing to me, and I'm a little bit disappointed, and in fact I'm very disappointed and a bit frustrated to hear about this, but apparently G.I. Joe Retaliation is being pushed back 9 months later to March, end of March, I think March 29th, 2013, just because the Paramount Studios is being greedy and they want to post-convert this movie. Okay, they saw the success of all these 3D movies that were post-converted, such as Marvel's Avengers and of course 20th Century Fox's re-release of Titanic. They saw financial gain there, so they're going to take 9 months to post-convert G.I. Joe Retaliation to 3D. And I got 4 words for Paramount Studios, and that is you, Paramount Studios. You. Okay, you know, I wanted to see this movie. The movie is done. I wanted to see it for this summer. You guys are being greedy. You don't care about the fans. All you care about is just making more money, charging higher ticket prices. The movie is already done. The movie's already done. But they don't want to release it for you guys, but instead they want to push it back just so that they can charge us more money. They've seen all these 3D movies. They saw the success of Marvel's The Avengers, and they saw that people are willing to pay for that great experience. But let's put it this way, the 3D is an afterthought. The movie wasn't originally shot for 3D, okay? I don't care if it's shot in 3D or post-converted in 3D. The movie wasn't shot for 3D. Transformers Dark of the Moon and Avatar were shot knowing that 3D was going to be used. They shot it with that kept in mind, okay? G.I. Joe Retaliation wasn't shot with 3D kept in mind. Therefore, the scenes will be different. The sad part is that I'm still gonna watch it, and I'm gonna have to watch it in post-converted 3D, which will probably be pretty good post-converted 3D. They're taking 9 months to do it, so that's good. But the fact is that the movie was already made. Release it in the original release date. I'm not very happy about that at all. Bottom line is that G.I. Joe Retaliation is no longer being released this summer. It's being released in spring of next year, just so that they can take 9 months to post-convert it into 3D. We're gonna pay higher ticket prices, and the fanboys are really upset, including myself, but that's what's happening, and that's what you get when you're dealing with the greedy studios. Paramount does not care about the fans. They're in the business of making money. They're a big corporation, and they do whatever they want, and they think this is what the fans want just because we paid a lot of money with the Avengers, but they think it could work with everything. But G.I. Joe is not as big as the Avengers, okay? G.I. Joe, I forget how much they opened with, but it wasn't as high as Transformers. At the end of the day, this is all a business, but I'm not too happy about it. Anyways, let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are about any of the stories that I talked about, especially what I just talked about with regards to G.I. Joe Retaliation being post-converted into 3D, alright? Anyways, if you want to follow me and get more news, be sure to subscribe to my channel. This channel is Ragin Ronin Review. Like this video, follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation, and also like my Facebook page, The Ragin Nation. My name is Alex Yoon. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. Invasion movie. That's what I want to see. But what made it weak is the relationships between the characters. It's about Taylor Kitsch's character, Hopper, who wants to get